TV2's makes a pit stop at a new home-style barbecue restaurant located just minutes away from Kent State campus.
We got some rain incoming and a roller coaster of weather for this week. Stay tuned for this for my full forecast.
Kent State professor showed heroism over the weekend, the accident, and how he sprung into action.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. Thank you for joining us this Monday. I'm Elias.
And I'm Raygene English. We begin tonight with the Kent State biology professor Darren Bade rescued a mother and child from a Cuyahoga River in downtown Kent Saturday. Bade pulled the two individuals from the water onto an island in the river near the West Main Street Bridge.
That's right. Kent Fire Department rescue swimmers recovered the mother and child from the river, and the two were transported to Akron Children's Hospital. Now, fire officials say both were alert and conscious when rescued from the water. Stay tuned to TV2 News at 6:30 to hear more from that 911 call.
With an impressive close to her undergraduate career at Kent State University's Honors College, senior Mallory Woods was recently awarded the prestigious Fulbright English Teaching Award. Woods is completing a major in translation with a Spanish concentration and minors economics and Italian studies, while also finishing a certificate program in teaching English as a foreign language.
And several law enforcement agencies in Northeast Ohio will receive grant funds to help combat violence in their communities. Governor Mike DeWine awarded $3.7 million to 21 agencies in Ohio, including agencies in Cuyahoga, Mahoning, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties. According to the governor's office, the funding will be used to add additional crime-fighting tools to these departments, but these tools will vary by the agency.
The law aims to prevent gender discrimination in different academic settings, including athletics.
Our reporter Liv Sharp joins us with how athletes and gender experts are reflecting on the law and its impact over the years. Hi, Liv.
Hi guys, that's right. Title IX changed the very foundation of women's involvement in athletics, but it wasn't easy to get there. Title IX, a federal law prohibiting discrimination based on sex, is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. Despite being put into law 5 decades ago, experts say Title IX still faces major issues in its execution, including the case of collegiate athletics.
So when the changes occur on paper, the question always is, how do we translate that new understanding to day in, day out existence? In other words, when will we see girls playing sports? When will we see girls in clubs that had hitherto been reserved for boys?
But beyond issues in enacting these policies, activists face resistance in another form.
There has never been forward motion on any of these issues that hasn't been fought against tooth and nail, and we can see that in our own lifetime.
Tune in at 6:30 to hear more from Dr. Holt, as well as a Kent State athlete who talks about her experience in collegiate athletics. Reporting from TV2 News, I'm Liv Sharp.
Well, I know I really enjoyed that warm weather this week. I went out and did some photography in order to take advantage of it.
Wow, that sounds so much fun. I tried to get out too and spend some time with my dogs outside. Josh, I know this weather may not be here to stay though. Is that true?
You are right, Raygene. We have some gloomy weather incoming, but first, let's take a look at what weather is going on here in Kent. So right now, we are sitting at a very warm 73 degrees, but it is cloudy out there, so we're going to have to watch out for that rain coming up later. Right now, we're sitting at the dew point at 55, and there is lots of wind going on right now, 14 miles per hour, so it's a little windy out there. Humidity is at 53%, so it's not looking too bad right now here in Kent. Now let's take a look at some temperatures around here in Ohio. It's very warm today. We're sitting at those 60s. We have 55 in Lima, though. And let's take a look. 75 in Akron, 73 in Steubenville, and 75 in Athens. Now let's zoom in and take a look at some temperatures here in Northeast Ohio. So it's looking a little bit more chilly up here. We got 55 in Sandusky, 53 in the Land. But yeah, just a little bit more chilly up here by Lake Erie. That's all I have for now, but make sure you stay tuned to see our 7-day forecast coming up. For TV2 Weather, I'm Josh Aponte.
Thanks, Josh. Now, if you're craving some homemade barbecue here in Kent, like I am, you may be in luck.
Yes, TV2's Alexa Blakley went to check out the newest eatery, trying to make its mark on the Kent community. Hey, Alexa.
Hi guys, the Pit Stop Pub, one of Kent's newest restaurants, held its grand opening about 3 weeks ago. I spoke to the owner, Neil Dukes, to learn more about what's on the menu. A new restaurant recently opened on Cherry Street with the goal of bringing a hometown barbecue eatery to Kent.
I want to specialize in pulled pork, brisket, ribs, things of that nature.
And the owner is no stranger to Kent.
I literally grew up about four streets away. This is a plaza that I frequently visited as a child.
Dukes has a rich history in the culinary industry.
In the culinary industry for over 25 years. I have a hospitality management degree from Pennsylvania Culinary, and I have a culinary cooking degree from Le Cordon Bleu in Chicago.
And Dukes is committed to bringing his community together.
I do a lot of things in order to help inspire and encourage others to pursue their business adventures as well. I partnered with the cupcake lady from down the street, from right down in the plaza, and I sell her butterfly cupcakes here. I use some of the local businesses for embroidery of my shirts and things. It's just a combination of really wanting to help small business and bring us all together.
And be sure to tune back in for tonight's 6:30 show for the full story. We'll all be discussing events happening tonight at the Pit Stop Pub. For TV2 News, I'm Alexa Blakley.
Thank you, Alexa. The public will have a chance to weigh in on a plan for a designated outdoor refreshment area in downtown Ravenna. A public hearing will take place at 5:30 p.m. on May 23rd at Ravenna City Hall. Adora is an area within a city where alcoholic beverages can be sold by licensed liquor establishments for outdoor consumption. Kent established its DORA in mid-2020, and a DORA in Garrettsville went into effect in June 2021.
And the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. The railroad, based in Cuyahoga Valley National Park, began in 1972 and slowly grew to accommodate over 170,000 passengers a year. To celebrate this anniversary, the railroad will hold a series of special events. The first event will begin May 13th and will feature excursions on a historic steam locomotive.
Twitter has made a special announcement Monday afternoon. Stay tuned to the show to see what it's about.
And the trial in one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history just hit a snag. The judge's new orders coming up.
Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother
and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys?
Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Welcome back. The COVID-19 pandemic continues to make headlines around the globe.
Jason Cohen has a full breakdown on the latest pandemic news. Jason?
Hi guys, that's right. Severe outcomes related to COVID-19 have greatly declined. but there is still plenty of news regarding the virus. States are cutting down on COVID-19 data reporting. Experts fear less frequent reporting could dampen efforts to delay outbreaks. A year ago, every state was reporting new cases every day. Now, only about half of states report weekly, while Florida only reports every 2 weeks. Meanwhile, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services recently extended the public health emergency declaration for another 3 months. Experts also stated that severe COVID-19 outcomes remain significantly worse than a bad flu season. Although COVID-19 vaccines continue to provide powerful protection against severe illness and death, both Moderna and Pfizer are testing combination shots as a potential new form of booster. The vaccines currently available in the U.S. were created to combat the first version of the virus. Variants are causing the loss of some vaccine benefits, mainly their protection against mild infection. This quest for vaccine improvements is coming at a time where booster fatigue may decrease confidence in new shots. On Thursday, a bill suggesting the use of ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and other alternative COVID-19 treatment drugs was introduced at the State House. House Bill 631 protects and encourages the use of ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and other drugs not approved by the FDA for COVID-19 treatment. The bill lists 4 types of drugs: ivermectin, an antiparasitic drug, hydroxychloroquine, an anti-malarial treatment, budesonide, a steroid, and azithromycin, an antibacterial drug. As long as a patient consents to the treatment and a healthcare provider approves of it, Ohioans with COVID-19 would be able to receive these alternative treatments. In addition to COVID-19 news, there have also been some news with a children's COVID-19 booster shot.
Group remains. Kids under 5 still can't get the COVID-19 vaccine, and many parents have been waiting for it.
I totally understand they're frustrated. I am frustrated on their behalf.
In February, the FDA said more data from clinical trials was needed to move forward on an emergency use authorization for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for younger children. Now we're learning another vaccine maker could soon seek sign-off for that age group.
We expect Moderna to do that this week. And then the FDA scientists are going to do what they have done throughout the whole pandemic, right? Which is they're going to evaluate the data. They are going to assess it for safety and effectiveness. And they're going to make a determination of when it meets their standards.
The White House COVID-19 response coordinator says it's unclear how long the authorization process will take, but expects kids under 5 to be eligible to get the vaccine in the next couple of months.
I have no expectations that there are going to be any major hiccups, that this should move quickly.
This comes as COVID-19 cases are trending up across most of the U.S. Deaths remain low, but hospitalizations are up about 9% from last week.
Cases are still important. Infections are still important. We want to keep those infection numbers low. But they mean something different now than they did a year ago, right? They mean something different because people are vaccinated and boosted.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Pfizer is voluntarily recalling 5 batches of a blood pressure medication called Acuprol after discovering unacceptably heightened levels of a possible cancer-causing chemical called nitrosamine. Nitrosamines are present in food and water, and everyone is exposed to them. However, the FDA says they may increase chances of cancer if exposed to high levels for extended periods of time. Pfizer said it does not know of any adverse effects from the recalled lots and that there is no urgent danger. The FDA is reporting a recall of 1-pound packages of Hippie Organics French beans due to a possible Listeria contamination. Listeria can lead to severe and sometimes deadly infections. The company called Alpine Fresh voluntarily issued the recall. The beans in question are in clear plastic packages marked with lot number 313-626 on the back. There have been no reports of illnesses connected to the beans, but customers may return the product for a full refund. This has been your Health Minute. Reporting from the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Jason Cohen, TV2 News.
Welcome back, Portage County. Now let's take a look at what weather we'll see later here in Kent. So right now we are sitting at that 73 degrees, but later tonight at 10 p.m., we're going to start to see that rain come on in. It's going to drop, the temperature's going to drop down to 56, and it's going to be nice and rainy, 49% chance of rain. Then we're going to take a look at what it's going to be around midnight. The temperature's still going to be dropping down to 55 degrees, and we might see some rain come in. It's going to be 34%. So we might see some scattered showers around here in Kent. Now let's take a look at what weather we're going to see here tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be quite nice. It's going to be partly cloudy. It will be 50 degrees, so it won't be too warm as it was today, but it will be warmish, maybe like a hoodie or long sleeve t-shirt. You should be fine. And there is a 9% chance of precipitation, so it won't be too bad for you tomorrow. Now let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. So as we said, tomorrow will be that partly cloudy. Wednesday, we're going to see more rain come on in, and the temperature's going to drop all the way down to 38 degrees. It's going to be quite cold on Wednesday, 44% chance of rain as well. Thursday is going to be back to that partly cloudy vibe, and then Friday it's going to be sunny with 57 degrees. It's going to be warm again. And then Saturday we're going to see the return of the rain, and same thing with Sunday. With Sunday, and the sun will be returning for some duration of Saturday and Sunday. Now we're going to take a look at a live weather radar. Look at all that precipitation going through here. Oh, look at all that rain. But yeah, hopefully by tomorrow we shouldn't see any of that, and we should be good hopefully by tomorrow. That's all I have for now. Make sure to check out KentWire.com for any weather, news, or sports updates. For TV2 Weather, I'm Josh Aponte.
Thanks, Josh. Now, Twitter announced Monday afternoon it is selling the company to Elon Musk for about $44 billion. The news comes 11 days after the billionaire entrepreneur announced his intentions to buy the social media company. Less than a month ago, Musk revealed he had taken a more than 9% stake in the company. In a tweet Monday, Musk says he hopes his biggest critics stay on the platform to help bolster free speech.
The majority of young Americans aren't too happy with how President Joe Biden is doing. That's the latest from a new poll out of Harvard that shows just 41% of those young Americans surveyed approve of his performance, down 5% from this past fall and nearly 20% from last spring. The Harvard Institute of Politics poll was of people between the ages of 18 and 29, but other recent surveys are seeing the same trend.
A judge in Florida ordered the jury process in the trial of accused Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz to start over. Judge Elizabeth Schur issued the order after prosecutors argued that 11 jurors were dismissed without proper questioning. The order nullifies nearly 2 weeks of jury selection and will delay the paneling of jurors in the trial. A new selection process will begin Monday.
The office of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky issued a statement Monday following a meeting between the Ukrainian leader and U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin in Kyiv. This statement said Zelensky stressed the importance of the visit by top U.S. officials to Kyiv amid Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine.
And a baby spider monkey is reminding people of a certain mass vigilante, and it may not be the one you're thinking of.
The Kent State women's golf team took home some hardware over the weekend. Find out what it is after a word from these messages.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Matt Corrali, and here's what's happening in the wide world of sports in Portage County and beyond. The Kent State women's golf team looked to earn their 23rd MAC title to their trophy case, and they did exactly that over the weekend. Chloe Salort led the way for the Golden Flashes, finishing 3 over and shooting a .219. Emily Price trailed not too far behind, finishing 4 over, shooting a .220. The team themselves won the conference, finishing 25 over, shooting an .889. The softball team took on Toledo over the weekend at the Diamond at Dix and won 2 of 3 against the Rockets. They took both games of a Saturday doubleheader 7-4 and 13-2. However, Sunday saw the Golden Flashes fall 8-7 in 8 innings. Kent State will be back in action tomorrow at home against Akron. From the Diamond at Dix to Schoonover Stadium, the baseball team hosted the Miami Redhawks for a 4-game set and split the series with their MAC rivals. They got shut out by the Redhawks Friday 4-0, lost the first game of a Saturday doubleheader 4-3, but walked it off 10-9 in Game 2 of Military Appreciation Day. Sunday saw the Flashes win a track meet of a ball game by the final score of 17-10. Kent State will look to turn it up a notch as they hit the road to take on Akron. Now here's a look at upcoming events that will be occurring around the area. The track and field teams will be split up as some will participate in Ashland in the Ashland Alumni Open, and others will be in Morgantown, West Virginia to compete in the Mountaineer Twilight. The lacrosse team will be taking on Detroit Mercy Saturday at 4 in their regular season finale. After they play host to Akron, the softball team will take on Western Michigan at home, and the men's golf team will compete in the MAC Championship in Naperville, Illinois, as they look to get a MAC Best 28th conference title. Finally, the Portage County Boys Basketball High School Player of the Year nominees were announced today. The Portage County High School Sports Awards honor the best in Portage County High School sports, with the winners being announced on June 24th at the Akron Civic Center. The nominees are Mogador's Mason Murphy and Mason Williams, James A. Garfield's Caden Spade and Anthony Dema, Ethan Cobbin of Ravenna, Brandon Clint of Southeast, Devin Reese and Bryce Vecchio of Streetsboro, Rootstown's Nick Wancick, Luke Simons of Waterloo, Burt Jones of Wyndham Sr., and Jonathan Ugran of Aurora. And I'll wrap things up with sports for now, but make sure to stay tuned as later on in the show I'll be back with highlights and scores outside of Portage County. Until then, this is Matt Corrali saying wherever the ball flies in the air, TV2 Sports will be there.
A fan favorite breakfast option is back at Chick-fil-A. Stay tuned after the break to find out what it is.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?
Thank you for sticking with us. A fan favorite breakfast option is back at Chick-fil-A. After a 6-year hiatus, the chicken chain is bringing back its spicy chicken biscuit. Now it will be available at select 1,300 restaurants nationwide.
That sounds super good, but it doesn't stop there. A new seasonal item is also making its debut. It's called called the Cloudberry Sunjoy beverage. It's a blend of classic lemonade and sweet tea with flavors of cloudberry and cherry blossom. The drink will be available at all locations starting today.
And look out, this baby spider monkey may be out for vengeance. Zookeepers in Florida named this young primate Batman because it has a marking on its face that looks like the bat symbol. Now that's the light the citizens of Gotham used to summon the Cape Crusader. The monkey's gender isn't known yet, but zookeepers say it is doing well and that it was born into a strong family system. Now, that story was adorable. I saw that spider monkey. I thought, you know, that sounds a lot like Spider-Man, but no, it was Batman.
Sounds a lot like Spider-Man. It just has it in the title. But hey, how about Chick-fil-A? That's new. I didn't even know they were doing that.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I'd never heard of that sandwich, and I love their spicy chicken sandwich. So I'm gonna have to try that.
I was gonna say about that drink. I was looking at Josh over there, and he was drinking it down.
Oh, bro, I was ready. I was like, okay, we're stopping at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
That is all we have for you tonight at 6.
When we are off the air, make sure to keep up with KentWired.com and at KentWired on socials. I'm Raygene English.
I'm Elias Shingleton. Have a great evening, Portage County.
Hayden, I can't speak. Who's gonna do the commercial if I can't speak?
I mean, I think the obvious decision is that I'm going to be the voice. I am, you know, an ex-theater major.
Whatever, an ex-theater major. I am a theater major.
I have a theater performance minor. Mine is just as important.
I bring the entertainment to this show, so go ahead.
Obviously, it should be me, because ain't nobody as fierce as I am.
Oh, no. It should be me, because I'm a freshman. And obviously, freshmen are more important, right?
No, it should be us, because we're the oldest. Exactly. And we have Andy Joe. Hello.
Everybody wait! The only voice that should end this commercial is the College Voice, Fridays at 2 p.m. Now say it with me.
Watch the College Voice on Fridays at 2 p.m.
Wizard, roll for deceasedness.
My Dark Wizard casts Super Fireball.
The wizard has only rolled an 8.
What? This is garbage! Spell.
No way
Level
a roll like that
10.
doesn't hit a level 1
I
goblin.
have
Are
7.
You gotta be kidding
Oh my
me.
God.
I have
What is
it's
going
just a
on?
baby goblin.
Cease your quarreling, children.
What?
No! What are you doing, you crazy monster?
Nanny?
Oh my
What?
You should stop being nerds and playing D&D and be nerds and watch All Systems Go Wednesdays at 9, where we talk everything from movies, games to anime and more.
Yeah,
No,
seems
yeah.
reasonable.
Go watch All Systems Go.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is TV2 News, truly Portage County.
On the basis of sex, be excluded from
New at 6. New at 6:30, TV2 took a look at a barbecue restaurant located just minutes away from Kent State's campus. And take a look at Ohio weather coming up this week and a whole bunch of rain coming up to a city near you. Stay tuned for our weather report.
And the Cleveland Guardians went to the Bronx to take on the Yankees. Find out how they fared and more as TV2 News continues right now.
More of an attack pitcher.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. Thank you for joining us for this final edition of Monday TV2 News at 6:30. I'm Elias Shingleton.
And I'm Raygene English. We begin tonight with the 50th commemoration of Title IX legislation.
That's right. Now, Title IX was signed into law 50 years ago, and it has made an impact on women in sports.
Liv Sharp looked into how athletes feel about this milestone anniversary. Hey, Liv.
And Eli, I spoke with Kent State athletes and faculty about how Title IX still affects women at Kent to this day. No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program. This is Title IX, a civil rights law passed in 1972, prohibiting discrimination based on sex in education programs, including athletics.
So Title IX is huge in the respect that it makes a legal move in the direction of forbidding that kind of exclusivity on into the future.
Now, in the year 2022, Title IX benefits many female athletes, giving them access to equal training and equal opportunities to their male counterparts.
Everything we did was equivalent to the men. We were able to practice at the same facility, the same hours. We had access to all the resources, which isn't always the case for women's sports and women's golf especially.
And for student athletes, this law also helps them succeed in the classroom.
Golf has always given me lots of chances, especially in college athletics, like just the scholarship opportunities because of Title IX. So obviously it's definitely something we should be celebrating.
But despite it all, Title IX brings up the same questions dating back to 1972.
Is Title IX should remind anybody that knows history of the woman question, which was on the table when women first asked to vote. And that was the question that had all wrong answers, is what's a woman fit for? Where should a woman be? What can a woman do? What shouldn't she do?
But above all else, Title IX provides a sense of community for all female athletes.
Being able to do it alongside other women is very empowering and something I'm very proud of.
Celebrate female athletes at Kent by attending any one of Kent's 10 female athletic teams. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Liv Sharp.
911, where's your emergency?
My girlfriend and her daughter fell in the river.
Okay. Are they both still in the river?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting people started, okay? Are they still above water?
No, I don't know. I'm trying.
Or District 1?
I can't see him.
How old is your daughter?
She's 5.
5, okay. Do they have life jackets on?
No, she slipped on the rock and fell in. My girlfriend went to grab her and she fell in too.
Sir, I have the paramedics and the fire department coming to you.
The mother and child are recovering after being rescued from the Cuyahoga River in downtown Kent Saturday. The two were rescued by Kent Fire Department rescue swimmers after first being assisted by Kent State biology professor Darren Bade, who happened to be kayaking past at the right time.
Bade pulled the two individuals from the water onto an island in the river near the West Main Street Bridge before help arrived. Fire officials say both were alert and conscious when rescued from the water. Kent State Honors College student Mallory Woods was recently awarded the prestigious Fulbright English Teaching Award. Woods is completing a major in translation with a concentration in Spanish and minors in economics and Italian studies. Through the Fulbright grant, Woods will work as an English teaching assistant in Ecuador from September 2022 through June 2023.
And Governor Mike DeWine awarded $3.7 million to 21 agencies in Ohio today. Several law enforcement agencies in Northeast Ohio, including those in Cuyahoga, Mahoning, Stark, Summit, and Trimble counties, will receive funding to help combat violence. According to a press release, the funds will be used to add unique crime-fighting tools to these agencies.
The Portage County Sheriff's Office is looking for a teen who was reported missing out of Ravenna this week. According to investigators, 16-year-old Brooklyn Higginbottom was last seen on Tuesday, April 19th. Anyone with information on this missing teen should call the numbers below.
And a new joint serving of homestyle barbecue recently opened its doors here in Kent.
Exactly. TV2's Alexa Blakley spoke to the restaurant's owner to learn more. Good evening, Alexa.
Good evening. I'm here live at the Pit Stop Pub as they get ready for their first ever karaoke night. I spoke to the owner, Neo Dukes, to catch up on the success of the business so far. A new restaurant recently opened on Cherry Street with the goal of bringing a hometown barbecue eatery to Kent.
I want to specialize in pulled pork, brisket, ribs, things of that nature.
And the owner is no stranger to Kent.
I literally grew up about four streets away. This is a plaza that I frequently visited as a child.
Dukes has a rich history in the culinary industry.
In the culinary industry for over 25 years. I have a hospitality management degree from Pennsylvania Culinary, and I have a culinary cooking degree from Le Cordon Bleu in Chicago.
And he has big hopes for the new restaurant.
I want to be an anchor in the community. I want people to be able to come here and celebrate anniversaries, birthdays, and those types of things. But then again, I want it to be a fun place.
Which is why Dukes is beginning to host community events in the restaurant, such as karaoke, which starts tonight.
And I also want it to be a place where students could come in and where people could come in and sing, have a good time, and just enjoy a good atmosphere and enjoy some good food.
The restaurant has been a long time in the making.
And it's just been a continuous dream of mine to open my own place and be able to present my food to people and have them eat it and enjoy a good time.
And Dukes is committed to bringing his community together.
I do a lot of things in order to help inspire and encourage others to pursue their business adventures as well. I partnered with the cupcake lady from down the street, from right down in the plaza, and I sell her butterfly cupcakes here. I use some of the local businesses for embroidery of my shirts and things. It's just a combination of really wanting to help small business and bring us all together.
Karaoke starts at 7 and goes until midnight, so you might want to make a pit stop here tonight. Reporting for the last time this semester, I'm Alexa Blakley.
Now, Josh, Ohio is really giving us a run for our money this week with this constantly changing weather.
I agree. I think we could use some consistency. How is the forecast shaping up for you this week?
Well, you guys are definitely right. We are definitely going to get a taste of that Ohio weather over here. But first, let's take a look at what weather it's going on here in Kent. So we are sitting at 69 degrees right now. It's quite cloudy out there. We did have some scattered showers earlier on, but it wasn't too shabby out there. Humidity is at 56%, so it is quite wet out there right now, I will admit. Let's take a look at some temperatures right now around Ohio. So temperatures are starting to drop. We're getting into those 60s to upper 50s right now. And then we're going to take a zoom in and look at some temperatures here in northeast Ohio. A little bit even more chilly since we're up here by Lake Erie. We're sitting at 53 in Cleveland, 69 in Kent, and 61 in Mansfield over there. That's all I have for now, but make sure you stay tuned to see what weather we'll experience later. For TV2 Weather, I'm Josh Aponte.
Thanks so much, Josh. The Uniontown Police Department is investigating a crash and a deadly fire. Officers responded to the scene of a single car crash at the Lake Township Road Department on Sunday. According to police, officers say heavy smoke as soon as they arrived and found a truck engulfed in flames. According to the police, the fire is believed to have started due to dry grass and heat from the truck. Greentown Fire put out the fire and discovered the body of the victim inside.
A teenager in Cleveland is facing charges of vehicular homicide in connection to a hit and run that took the life of a 5-year-old. The teen, who has not been identified, allegedly struck the child Saturday evening on West 50th Street and fled the scene. Police say a passenger in the vehicle tried to get the driver to stop but was unsuccessful. Now, the teen was also unlicensed to drive, and they are currently being held in a juvenile detention center awaiting trial.
A state trooper was reportedly injured following a crash that involved a suspected drunk driver Saturday night. The incident took place near Durkee Road and Chestnut Ridge Road while the trooper was helping direct traffic after a structure fire had broken out in the area. The trooper was reportedly seated in his patrol car when the driver of another vehicle crashed into him. The driver was reportedly cited with an OVI and an investigation is underway.
The Ohio State Highway Patrol is investigating after one person was killed and one was injured in an ATV crash in Stark County. Police say 2 ATVs were traveling on State Route 172 when one of the ATVs struck the other. Now, the crash caused both vehicles to collide after going off the road. The one driver was pronounced dead at the scene, and troopers say that neither driver was wearing a helmet. Drugs or alcohol may have been a factor in the investigation.
Pfizer is doing a recall on one of their products. Stay tuned to find out why.
And Twitter's biggest shareholder is going to be its new owner. The big deal on how the change in ownership can affect the platform.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
COVID-19 is still with us, and so is TV2's Jason Cohen with a breakdown of the latest pandemic news.
Jason, what do you have for us at 6:30?
Hi guys, that's right. Severe outcomes related to COVID-19 have greatly declined, but there is still plenty of news regarding the virus. States are cutting down on COVID-19 data reporting. Experts fear less frequent reporting could dampen efforts to delay outbreaks. A year ago, every state was reporting new cases every day. Now, only about half of states report weekly, while Florida only reports every 2 weeks. Meanwhile, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services recently extended the public health emergency declaration for another 3 months. Experts also stated that severe COVID-19 outcomes remain significantly worse than a bad flu season. Although COVID-19 vaccines continue to provide powerful protection against severe illness and death, both Moderna and Pfizer are testing combination shots as a potential new form of booster. The vaccines currently available in the United States were created to combat the first version of the virus. Variants are causing the loss of some vaccine benefits, mainly the protection against mild infection. This quest for vaccine improvements is coming at a time where booster fatigue may decrease confidence in new shots. On Thursday, a bill suggesting the use of ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and other alternative COVID-19 treatment drugs was introduced at the State House. House Bill 631 protects and encourages the use of ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and other drugs not approved by the FDA for COVID-19 treatment. The bill lists 4 types of drugs: ivermectin, an antiparasitic drug, hydroxychloroquine, an antimalarial treatment, budesonide, a steroid, and azithromycin, an antibacterial drug. As long as a patient consents to the treatment and a healthcare provider approves of it, Ohioans with COVID-19 would be able to receive these alternative treatments. Pfizer is voluntarily recalling 5 batches of a blood pressure medication called Acuprol after discovering unacceptably heightened levels of a possible cancer-causing chemical called nitrosamine. Nitrosamines are present in food and water, and everyone is exposed to them. However, the FDA says they may increase chances of cancer if exposed to high levels for extended periods of time. Pfizer said it does not know of any adverse effects from the recalled lots and that there is no urgent danger. The FDA is reporting a recall of 1-pound packages of Hippie Organics French beans due to a possible Listeria contamination. Listeria can lead to severe and sometimes deadly infections. The company, called Alpine Fresh, voluntarily issued the recall. The beans in question are in clear plastic packages marked with lot number 313-626 on the back. There have been no reports of illnesses connected to the beans, but customers may return the product for a full refund. This has been your Health Minute. Reporting from the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Jason Cohen, TV2 News.
Welcome back, Portage County. I'm Josh Aponte, and let's see what weather we're going to see later tonight. So we are sitting at that 73 degrees right now, but tonight we are going to be at 56 degrees. The temperature is going to drastically drop, and we will see some scattered showers around here in Kent. Now we're going to take a look at what it's going to be like here at midnight. It's going to be 55 degrees, but it will be cloudy, so that precipitation should hold out a little bit around midnight. Now let's take a look at what weather we're going to see here tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be partly cloudy, and we are going to be at 50 degrees, so it's going to be a little bit more cold than today. And there's a 9% chance of precipitation, so most likely we will not see any rain tomorrow, so that should be nice. Now let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. So tomorrow, as I said, we got that partly cloudy skies. Then Wednesday, we see that precipitation come back. We got a 44% chance of rain. And then on Thursday, we're back to that partly cloudy vibe. Friday, it will be nice and sunny though, 57 degrees. Then Saturday and Sunday, it is the return of the rain. And the temperature will go back up to those 60s though, so it'll be nice and warm, but we're going to see that rain here and there. Now let's take a look at a live weather radar. So we see all that precipitation going through here that we're going to experience tonight, but that should all be out of here by tomorrow, and we should be good. That's all I have for you. For the last time this semester, I'm Josh Aponte, and have a magical week, Portage County.
Thanks, Josh. Now, Elon Musk is the soon-to-be owner of Twitter. The entrepreneur and the social media company inked a deal earlier today to transfer ownership of the company for about $44 billion. The deal comes after Musk announced he was the biggest shareholder in the company, and just 11 days after Musk announced his plans to buy the company. Musk has expressed his plans to protect free speech on the platform.
A New York judge is holding former President Donald Trump in civil contempt. It comes after the state's Attorney General office said Trump did not comply with a subpoena for documents as part of its investigation into his company, the Trump Organization. The judge said Monday he's fining Trump $10,000 a day until he complies. New York Attorney General Letitia James' office has been investigating the Trump Organization for more than 2 years.
And now we turn to an update on the war in Ukraine. Russia continues to target infrastructure in the country with an emphasis on rail networks. Ukrainian officials say 5 train stations were struck by Russian missiles earlier today within the span of just 1 hour. One of the strikes targeted a substation in Krasny that supplies power to tracks throughout the region.
A young Minnesota graduate is making headlines. Find out why after the break.
And the Guardians took on the Yankees in New York. Find out how they fared right after this.
Will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Welcome back to your Monday Night Sports Report, everyone. I'm Matt Corrali, and here's what's happening in the wide world of sports. After Saturday's debacle that saw Yankee fans trash talk and throw debris on the field at Guardian outfielders after New York's 5-4 walk-off win, Cleveland was looking to get revenge on Sunday, but Garrett Cole, he was just mopping them down. 6.2 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. You can see the stat line on the bottom of your screen. Cole was dominant. for the Yankees. We'll pick this up in the bottom of the first, one-on-one out for Anthony Rizzo, and he hits one towards right field. Back is Oscar Mercado, but it is gone. A 2-run homer for Rizzo, and the Yankees jump out to a 2-0 lead. In the bottom of the sixth, the Yankees jump out on top now 6-0, and it'll go to DJ LeMahieu as he digs in against McCarty, and he just adds on to the hurt. There's a shot into left field, and it will fly out of here, and the Yankees now extend their lead. It's 8-0 New York. We'll fast forward to the top of the ninth. Oscar Mercado digs in, but he'll fly one out to left field. Joey Gallo is under it. He squeezes it in. Ball game. The Yankees win it 10-2 and sweep the Guardians out of the Bronx. And the NBA playoffs are in full swing as we look to transition to round 2 action. The Memphis Grizzlies would be in prime position to advance with a win, but Minnesota could even the series if they came out on top. Let's go to the Target Center to see who takes Game 4 between the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. We start off with the T-Wolves up 4, but Ja Morant working, driving, kicks it out to Jaren Jackson Jr. in the corner for 3 to make it a 1-point game. Later on, Minnesota back up 4, but Ja driving, lays it in with the left hand and 1. Morant proving why he's one of the best talents in the game as he makes the free throw to come. On the other end, this is Anthony Edwards. He's going to flip it to Karl Anthony Towns, who fires away. Bang! Towns knocks down a 3, and the T-Wolves go up by 4, and Pops is loving it. T-Wolves trying to pat on to the lead as D'Angelo Russell. He'll go inside to find Jared Vanderbilt for the 2-hand flush to make it a 2-possession game. On the other end, less than a minute to go. It's Ja Morant running the floor behind the back. He does a crazy circus shot to bring the Grizz back to within a possession. Now we fast forward to Memphis on the fast break. Morant thought about the shot. He gives it up to Ty Jones for the tie. No, it's short. Anthony Edwards gets the rebound, and it's over. Minnesota ties the series, and the season of dreams continues for the Timberwolves. And that will wrap it up for us at Sports. For more TV2 sports coverage, make sure to tune into tonight's 1-hour finale episode of Sports Corner at 8 o'clock, live streaming right here on KentWire.com. For TV2 Sports, I'm Matt Caroli, saying wherever the ball flies in the air, TV2 Sports will be there. See you in the fall.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
A 13-year-old boy from Minnesota is on the verge of earning his bachelor's degree from college with a major in physics and a minor in math. Elliot Tanner is maintaining a 3.78 grade point average at the University of Minnesota and is participating in undergraduate research while also tutoring classmates. He wants to be a high-energy theoretical physicist and ultimately a professor of physics at the university.
And finally tonight, I just want to take the time to say thank you and farewell. This is my last newscast anchoring here at TV2. I'm graduating in just a few short weeks, and this moment feels bittersweet to me. When I came to Kent State my sophomore year, I heard about TV2 by accident when I mistakenly went to an event meant only for freshmen. I thought TV2 sounded like an interesting thing to check out, so I decided to join the tech crew on a whim. Now, little did I know that I was going to become so involved with this program over the past 3 years. Now, I started as a humble graphics operator in the control room and learned the ropes from the talented people here. Along the way, I made some stops at Kent Wired and on the entertainment side of things before eventually realizing my passion for news. This semester, I was honored to not only be the anchor of the Monday newscast, but also I served as the executive producer for news, where I was able to share what I've learned along my journey to our new producers here. Now, as I conclude, there are a few people I want to thank. Now, I want to express my gratitude to Dr. Gretchen Hoke for helping me become a better producer and a better reporter. Now, Professor Susan Zake for helping me become a better, well-rounded journalist and a better person. And all of the student journalists here who have helped me succeed along the way. Now, for the last time ever, for TV2 News, I'm Elias Shingleton.
Hi, my name is Lily Fisher. I direct the show, and Monday was the first newscast I TD directed in the fall of 2020. It was our first semester back from quarantine, and I had one floor crew person that came in for maybe 4 shows. The rest of us, my 3 boys in the back row, and I stumbled and grew through the semester together. This year is definitely a contrast, though. I have a fully packed crew, including my very talented TD Nuri Ed on the switcher. A couple of things have stayed the same, though, like my buddy Tony working behind me and the fun that we all have in the control room. I'm so grateful for the time that I've had on TV2, and leaving is definitely going to be very hard, but that's a problem for Saturday me, because it's only Monday.
I also want to say my goodbye. It has been an awesome year being a segment anchor for TV2. I particularly want to thank my producers, Mars Anderson and Josh Bailey, but I want to thank everyone who has been part of this amazing journey. I learned so much, and I hope to use my new skills and experience in my career after graduation. One last time for TV2 News, I'm Jason Cohen.
Now, I think this was our first hour-long newscast of the semester. It's also our last Monday newscast, and I think I speak for all of us here on both the cast and the crew. I think this was a very great show. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it really was. I can't believe that our Mondays are over. It's been a really fun time with everyone, and I know that both tech and crew and cast have been amazing this semester. So.
Definitely, you
Absolutely.
know. Absolutely.
Yeah, it flew by. It was so fun. I really enjoyed working with all of you guys. It's been amazing.
Can't believe it's over.
I'm definitely going to miss you guys, for sure.
Absolutely.
You know, I've over the years, I've really grown to know everyone here, and it's hard to even think that I'm leaving. This is my last newscast year. You know, I'm going to be producing tomorrow night. I'm going to be helping out for the rest of the week, but this is my last night anchoring. So it's definitely bittersweet for sure.
I cannot believe that we have reached the end of this, so this is amazing.
Well, that is all we have for your final Monday edition of TV2 News this semester.
And when we are off the air, make sure to keep up with KentWired.com and to follow us on all of our socials at KentWired. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Raygene English.
And for the last time, I'm Elias Shingleton. Have a great night, Portage County.
Say with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. To motivate some magic, to change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. Book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.